Hi, and welcome to this third update. This one came a bit sooner than the other ones, but I think it's a worthwhile point in time to do a little update. So here we go. Um, I think one place to start. I always have a look at this site. Makes me happy. We are currently the fourth most actively developed Polkadot project, which I think is pretty cool. So to everyone who is working, keep up the great work, and good things will good things will happen. What I actually want to focus on in this update is not that. It's actually how we're doing on the creator side and what our plans are for the future. So for anyone who's been paying attention, we recently did the Sumer release. We've had a ton of new people make channels, and that's not a surprise, but always positive to see now that it's substantially easier to actually go through that flow. And it's only been for 4 or 5 days, but we have a ton of new channels, way surpassing what we had before in over a much longer period. So that's great. But this made me think maybe we should say a little bit more about what our plans are for how we're going to bring some pretty novel and amazing tools for creators to our platform in the upcoming releases. So I'm going to talk about two new tools that we're going to be adding to the toolkit of creators. The first one is the idea of creator tokens. So this is the ability of someone who has a channel to issue a fungible token. This is a token like any other, so you can own it, you can transfer it around, you can spend it. And the really sort of unique and powerful thing about it from the creator point of view is that you can associate certain rights with holding the token. So, for example, you can decide to have a certain percentage of the total revenue of your channel be allocated to the people who hold the token. So we actually haven't talked much about this in terms of how channels generate revenue. I will cover that in the future, but suffice to say, there will be a way for your channel to generate revenue based on how much traffic you generate for the platform, and also you may be receiving a periodic reward also from the working group. So through different means, you'll get some revenue, and your community token holders get a slice of that pie. So that's one of the sort of rights that you get as a token holder. The other one is the ability to participate on a community board for this channel. So think of this as like a small forum, basically associated with the channel. Obviously, anyone can read it, but if you want to actually interact and write and participate, you would need to have a certain number of the tokens for the creator. And the board will only really work if the creator has created a token for their channel. So before that, it won't really be any functionality. That actually makes me also remember that we have decided to introduce general commenting functionality on the platform. That, of course, will be open to anyone who has a membership, but specifically, if you want to participate in the community of a creator, you will need to have a certain number of, and this the creator gets to set this. So in this example that you're seeing, it would be 8,500 tokens. And then thirdly, there's the ability to access content that's sort of only for the token holders early, right? So this is at the discretion of the creator. You're not committed or to actually have to do that at any frequency, at least as far as the chain is concerned. That's more of a social convention. But when you do, it will sort of be restricted to the token holders first. And again, you would need to have a certain number of them to actually do it. And these different properties, and we could add more of these, right? Because there's so many things you can play with when you have an actual platform where people consume and interact with creators. You can add more rights and more sort of meaning around what these tokens can do. But this is where we're starting. That obviously makes them attractive for people who are interested in a creator, and that allows the creator to use that as a way to finance their time. Maybe they need to buy equipment, maybe they need to just cover life expenses, whatever it would be. If you're sort of in the early stages, it could be a good way to build a community, people who are sort of invested in the effort, that will spread the word, give you input. So we think that's going to be a pretty powerful tool, and it's really something that we haven't seen yet. The cool thing is also, of course, because Joystream, the blockchain is going to be a parachain, you could move those tokens into the DeFi ecosystem in Polkadot. So you could, auction it away or have it be in, automated market makers or be used in all sorts of financial infrastructure products, and that's benefit both for the creator and for the token holders. So that's going to be pretty cool. So that's one of the new tools that we're going to be bringing to the table for creators. The other one is the ability to issue videos as NFTs. And basically, the right that gives you is to be, as the owner, as distinct from the creator, be recognized as the owner in a social sense, and you get to attach a sort of message about what the video means to you. Maybe the video has some significance in your life, has some significance to the community, to the world at large. Maybe you hate it. Maybe you, for some reason, want to say something about that. At any rate, you are recognized as the owner, and there's a built-in way to sort of be able to sell it at any time through on-chain bidding feature, which allows you, if you need to recover your funds, or maybe for some reason the video went viral, so now having this little bit of real estate is a little bit more important. You'd be able to sell it to the market if you want to, and that's, I think, it's going to be pretty powerful. Obviously, from the creator point of view, they get the proceeds from initially selling the NFT to the audience. We could also sort of bundle in the right to have a cut of sort of any transaction that happens in the future. It's not clear whether we would want to do that, but at the very least, it's a pretty obvious way of monetizing videos upfront for the creator. Another pretty cool thing that we're doing to make it much easier for creators to get onboarded is that we're going to introduce a sync program for creators, where if they already have a YouTube channel, they can just sort of authenticate with the infrastructure that we run, and that will connect. They just have to prove they own some YouTube channel, basically, to our infrastructure, and they can connect that with their Joystream channel, and then our infrastructure will, on an ongoing basis, just replicate whatever they publish on YouTube to Joystream, and that will be a great way for them, get a free backup, get the sort of free option at building a new community and a new platform, to try things out without having to sort of incur the overhead of managing two separate accounts. And obviously, being a publisher on Joystream channel will give you access to the to points in the founding member program. So it's a pretty I think compelling opportunity for creators to try. And as I said, basically what happens is, you don't have to pay attention to it in order to get the data synced. It will happen automatically, and then our hope is, of course, as the portfolio of creators and content on the platform grows, it will be more meaningful to actually start making dedicated content, to engage more deeply. Of course, when these monetization tools start coming out and the social interactions start coming out, we hope that people who've engaged in this sort of low effort way of getting started will then feel like it's worthwhile trying to get more deeply involved. So I think that's it for now. It was a shorter one, but I thought it was worthwhile sharing a little bit about what's coming down the pipe for creators. So until next time, see you.